All right, hi, this is our second blended learning activity, and in this group we have Austin, John, Micah, and Sydney. So to start off, we are starting off with OB Chapter 9, and the question was, which decision-making environment are program decisions primarily used, and to provide 3 examples within that. So to start off, program decisions are primarily used as standardized responses to a reoccurring situation. And within organizations, structured rules and operating systems are developed specifically for program decisions. And some examples of that could be dealing with work absences, deciding to reorder materials that are low or out of stock, or what to do when the stock market drops. All of those are examples that are showing a reoccurring situation that could happen. And those are examples of program decisions.
Moving on to question 2, which is which decision-making environment are non-program decisions primarily used, and provide 3 examples. So non-program decisions are specifically tailored to fit a unique situation. And the 3 examples I included are deciding what global markets to invest in, crisis-intuitive decisions like the pandemic and critical emergencies, any tragedies, and also strategic decisions because there's multiple factors involved.
So the differences between the classical and behavior decision-making models. In the classical, the decision makers are acting in a world of complete certainty, so clear rules, clear solutions. They're making optimizing decisions and the consequences are clear. And then in the behavior model, decision makers act in terms about what they perceive about a given situation. And they act with bounded rationality, which is perceptions and interpretations of solutions. And then they also make satisficing decisions, which is choosing the best alternative that is the most satisfying.
So mental heuristics are mental rules of thumb that allow for efficient decision making, but they can also have some flawed thinking caused. And here's an example. So just to define it, it has something to do with our intellect and aspects of decision making. And it makes it easier to deal with uncertainty and lack of information common to problem situations. One example includes it being ineffective is as a manager deciding between 2 equally qualified candidates and then choosing one of the 2 just because of a bias that the decision maker has towards them. And then another example could be getting an Amber Alert on your phone and then later in the day see a parent fighting with the child in the store and then just assuming that it is kidnapping because of that recent thought of the Amber Alert earlier.
Moving on to EM17, question 1, globalization can affect your life in numerous ways. First way is a company can insource and outsource to help create more open job positions. Globalization can help create more opportunities with international businesses for consumers. And finally, the life of a consumer becomes more accessible with these new opportunities from companies going global.
So there's multiple reasons why companies pursue it going global and they get more international opportunities. And here are some 5 reasons to it. So profits, you get more profits through the expanded operations, new customers because you're entering new markets and getting new customers. There's new suppliers, so you get more access to products, services, and other materials. There's more capital, so access to financial resources. There's labor, so you get access to lower cost and talented workers. And there's risk, which spreads the assets among multiple countries. And then international business is complicated by different legal and political systems that affect when operating. There's a few listed right there. And some examples are like tariffs can cause imported goods to be more expensive than like relative domestic goods. And then protectionism is something that's there as well that can cause advantages to domestic producers. And then there's a World Trade Organization that's out there that negotiates trade restrictions. Yeah.
So international businesses face many challenges. The three main ones, corruption being the first. Corruption involves illegal practices, especially bribery, and then non-monetary gifts given to foreign officials for in exchange for business favors. And then sweatshops being the second, where there's low wages, long hours, and unsafe working conditions. And then child labor being the third, with full-time employment of children in hazardous working conditions.
All right, and then lastly, in EM 17, we wanted to talk about possible competencies of global managers, and I have a definition that says like competencies are particular qualities that a company's recruiters have decided are desirable. So within a global manager, it would be some desirable qualities would be good communication, organization, task management. Since a global manager would be managing across diverse cultures and time zones, it would also have to have a great deal of patience. Things such as communication and organization are key to a global manager's position. Just considering that there are so many technical issues that could go wrong. They just need to be very organized to be able to actually and efficiently be able to get the work done and done efficiently as well. And that concludes our BLA number 2. Thank you.
Thanks.